Welcome to Novena Diabolos. I hope I pronounced that correctly. This is a Korean game that I've been looking at playing for quite some time now. It's set in an isolated village and there are all these crimes and demonesses, the page says, and you have to guess which one of them is human. But it's different every time you play it. Like, it's not set that every single time this person is the human. So each time you play, it's a new experience. It looks really interesting. Let's just head on in. You belong to your father, the devil. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually. And you want to carry out your father's desires. That part, not so much. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar, and he is the father of lies. It goes too fast. I was reading. Oh my goodness, that's loud. Alright, so it's a Thursday, October 25th, 8 days until the selection. Fair enough. Oh my, it's loud. No clouds in sight. It's going too fast, why can't I read it? Making this the perfect time to spend some cozy days with your family, such nice weather. I'm not even on automatic. Slow down, game. This isn't what I would call clear sky at all. Okay, now I can move at my own pace, thank you. Junsung Park. There I go, mumbling to myself again. I have to stop complaining about everything so much. Same. The whole road is covered by dense fog. It's the complete opposite of what they're saying on the radio. This much fog out of nowhere is something that never happens normally. These mountains are pretty remote, but it's still highly unusual, even for a place like this. My voice has still not really recovered, so I'm sorry if it sounds weird or kind of fades in and out. Turn left. Given the current atmosphere, the GPS's voice sounds inappropriately happy. I slowly turn the steering wheel to the left. Chipakje. Okay. The road sign with the name of the place I'm headed for is faintly visible through the fog. Looks like the GPS is actually doing its job. I'd hope so. Maybe a little too overeager for my own good, I step on the gas. The tires turn quickly as I keep driving right into the fog. Okay, we got a nice setup. We're on a foggy mountain in Korea somewhere. I keep driving along the road, which is almost completely covered in hazy, thick fog. I can't make out a single detail of the background scenery, which makes it feel like I'm just driving along the same old road with no end in sight. It's okay. I've got this. Everything's going well so far. In a sudden onset of anxiety, I feel that. I start nervously tapping the steering wheel with my index finger. Everything's fine, right? Right? Next up is our current events show. And today's guest is... well, surely everyone who knows this program is familiar with him. News Trace's very own PD, Program Director Sok-hoon Kim. Hello? I am PD Sok-hoon Kim. Hello? Ha 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 ha, sounds like someone's a little nervous in the spotlight. I know that voice on the radio quite well. It's Sok-hoon Kim, who is my senior at the company, a well-recognized PD who strongly opposed my coverage. Quite frankly, his voice is the last thing I want to be hearing right now. But he might talk about news that involves me too, so I deliberately turn the frequency back just in time. I'm certain you are very proud to be here and people will surely forgive your nervousness. Ha ha, indeed. In fact, News Trace is a program built upon the foundation of trust. Isn't that so? As a matter of fact, we ran into some heated controversy quite recently. We did a lot of internal reflecting in regards to that. You're talking about my story. Oh. I hit the steering wheel out of sheer frustration. In any case, I would be lying if I said I'm entirely without fault. As an employee of News Trace, he as well as the others suffered the consequences. There's no reason to lash out at someone for simply doing their job. Right. Because it's always my fault. News Trace. Without a doubt the best news program around and among the most trusted throughout Korea. I had always wanted to be a PD at Sisa Journal. When I got the chance to work at News Trace, I kept pursuing my dream. A position as a PD at News Trace, all I could have ever asked for. Yet, as it turns out, one guy is enough to undermine a news outlet's credibility. He's not lying. And that guy just so happens to be pathetic old me. Uh-oh. What'd he do? This is strange. I feel like I've been through here before. Please don't tell me I'm lost. In 300 meters, turn right. Just in time, the GPS's voice guides me in the right direction. There's absolutely nobody around, but switching on the turn signal is second nature. Funny how that works. I mean, you're in fog, so there's not really any way to tell if there's anyone else out there. You were talking about internal trouble. You see, unnecessary stubbornness. It's a vice that can blind people and keep them from seeing things for what they actually are. Is he talking about me? It's very frustrating to see young, promising talents fall victim to that kind of unprofessional behavior. He's talking about me. Getting caught up in ridiculous stories is a waste of manpower and time that could be used for actually productive things. Definitely talking about me. I can't believe it. Would you listen to that guy? Despite trying my best, I can't keep myself from cursing. He's clearly talking about me. He's talking about what I've discovered so far and trying to dismiss it as absurd. He's doing it openly to convince the public of my mistake. I know exactly what he thinks of my coverage. I really do. Honestly, I can understand his point of view. Nobody likes to be talked about like that behind their back. I stare at the radio angrily. Angrily. I do so even though I know exactly that it won't make him shut up. No, it won't. But it still feels good. I eventually give up and reach for the radio. I should listen to some music instead. Yeah, what bangers are on today? Not a banger. Huh? Well, what's going on here? The radio is acting up. Uh-oh. I play around with the frequencies a little. Everything about this place is gloomy. Even the radio is creeping me out. Boop-a-doop-boop. Turn right. Whoa! Surprised by the sudden curve, I take my eyes off the radio. You always have to be alert on mountain roads like this. Things can go awfully wrong in an instant. Nani? Suddenly, the car is headed straight into the thick fog. Everything is covered by the fog. I can't make out a single thing in front of me. Congratulations, you've reached Korean Silent Hill. Keep going straight. Straight? But that curve just now, I'm pretty sure that's... Everything about this current situation is too unsettling for my taste. I'm nervous. Ooh! Loud sound effect scared me. Phew! Jeez. The car comes to a stop just in time. A second later and it would have veered off the road. Had I gone any further, I would have crashed right into the railing. I barely managed to prevent a horrible accident. Keep going straight. Go straight. Go straight. Go straight and go straight. Bro, I think the navigation's broken. I look at the ruined GPS system in disbelief. The car's engine doesn't look as if it survived this ordeal either. I don't know what the hell just happened, but first things first. I should find a way out of this damn fog. I've played this video game before. I know where this ends. Me getting chased by monsters. Ugh, don't do this to me. Okay then, so this is how it's gonna be. Goddamn piece of crap car! Yeah, you tell it. Kick it, punch it. Damn it. Everything about this is a mess before it even started. Kim's face pops up in my mind, with his stern look reprimanding me. I can't let him have the last laugh. I need to stay calm. The car just broke down. Oh, there's a truck outside. Why is everything always so noisy around here? Phew. Hopelessness starts to sweep over me as I get out of the car. It's a nice looking car. I have absolutely no clue where I am because of the disorienting fog. And my only means of transportation just died on me. I was supposed to arrive at the interview location for my case today. But I can forget about things going according to schedule now. It can't be helped. It's out of my control. I decide that the smartest thing to do right now is to contact my boss. I doubt he'll be pleased to hear from me, the guy who didn't listen and ventured out on his own, but I still have to make a report. What? Why isn't the call? Huh? No signal? Am I really that deep in the mountains? Of course you are. Try as I might, I simply can't find a way to establish contact to the outside world. No, this isn't working. Well, I should probably have a look around. If I'm lucky, there's some sort of rest stop or motel nearby. Otherwise, I should start mentally preparing for quite a hike. Guess I'll have to leave the car here. Well, yeah, that's the problem. You can't really do anything with it. I start packing up some things from the car that could prove useful. Having packed my things, I tighten the straps on my backpack and start walking along the road. I sure hope I'm not too far away from civilization. Famous last words. I wonder how long I've been walking for already. It's hard to tell. What have we got here? Uh-oh, he's actually entered Korean Silent Hill. Hope Hill Village. Look, I'm just putting it out there. Probably don't want to go in here. I look around and try to make out things in the fog. The sun is starting to set already, meaning I'll probably have to stay there for the night. At the village, there should be a way to establish contact to the outside world. And maybe I can even score an interview for the case I'm investigating. Following this sign should lead me to the village. I sure hope it's not too far away. He has a lot of famous last words. Seems like the village is further away than I thought immediately. I stop for a moment and take a look around. Oh, this is really pretty. I'm really liking it so far. Like, it's been mostly fog so far, but I like the atmosphere that's building. Phew. The sun is gone now, and all that's left is the pale blue moonlight reflected off the road. That tree. What is that? What a strange tree. Strips of white cloth are tied to the dying tree, moving slowly in the faint wind. Just looking at it gives me goosebumps for some reason. Nope, too creepy for my taste. Understandable. I pass the tree while rubbing my arms to ward off the goosebumps. The further I walk away from it, the quieter the eerie sound of the wheezing wind gets. No, that's just my throat. Oh, look at that. Looks like this is it. Very pretty. I take a good look at the whole village from afar. The entrance to the village is covered by so much ominous fog, it makes me reluctant to keep walking. The buildings look desolate and shabby. Branches and twigs protrude from crumbling walls. Loose windows rattle in the wind at even the slightest breeze. I'm in trouble. Big, big trouble. I mumble to myself, fully aware that I've gotten myself stuck in one of the worst places possible. Highly hesitant, and with reluctant steps, I enter the village. One day off. That's all. Game progress saved. Oh, that's right. So this saves automatically. I'm going to have to time my videos with when it saves. There are villages that look bad from the outside and turn out to be nice and quaint. But this isn't one of them. The fog throughout the village is so thick, it feels like a horror movie. But although the place is remote and has no cell phone signal, I do spot a few people around. I need to solve the most urgent issue first. Is there any place nearby with a phone I can use? I look around and see a villager walking in my direction, so I approach him. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. He looks holy. I immediately shut my mouth and regret having said anything. The villager's eyes are empty and randomly wander around. Village life will do that to you. And his body is shockingly skinny and malnourished. His appearance reminds me of the drug addicts you sometimes see in big cities. That's a bit rough. The man looks at me and smiles, passing me by with anxious, stilted steps. Well, I mean, you just judged the hell out of him. Geez, that's creepy. I wonder what his deal is. I don't have a good feeling about any of this. I look back with uneasiness as I rub my arms to ward off the cold. The man walks off with creaking, frail legs and disappears into the fog. Gosh, this looks so nice. Suddenly, I get the feeling that he seems strangely familiar. Weird. I think I've seen him somewhere before. I mutter to myself and start walking again. It's hard to keep track of time in this place. I arrive in front of a building. The sign outside reads Hope Hill Motel. So, there's a motel in this place after all. I mumble something to myself and push open the door. If this is an actual motel, there's got to be a landline phone. Oh, we've arrived at the Hope Hill Motel. The whole place looks very old-fashioned and rural, a classic country-style motel. It doesn't smell particularly bad and looks clean enough. That's already more than I was expecting. With that thought in mind, I make my way to the counter. Oh, the motel owner, who is sitting at the counter, looks at me with a curious expression on his face. Maybe it's because he's not used to seeing customers. What do motels do when they have when they're in the middle of nowhere like this and they probably get 2 customers in an entire year? Why do they even exist? What do they do all day? Just play games? I highly doubt many people from the outside pass through here.
한 명이시오? 방 드릴까?
Just you? Need a room for one? Can I, could I use your phone before booking one?
전화?
전화? Phone? Yeah, I have an urgent call to make, but my cell phone isn't working.
아이고 저런.
Oh my.
이거 어쩐다.
How unfortunate. I'm well aware of my bad luck.
여기가 안개가 좀 지독해요.
I am sure you have noticed the fog that has befallen us.
한번 안개가 끼면 바로 코앞도 겨우 보이고.
Once the fog is like that, you can barely see your own feet on the ground.
안개가 이 모양이니 대중교통도 이맘땐 여기까지 못 와요.
With the fog like this, no public transportation is running. Nothing will pass through here.
그리고 이상하게 전화도 먹통이 됩디다.
How convenient! And oddly enough, the phone appears to have stopped working. Of course it has. The motel owner picks up the phone in front of him. He dials random numbers and tries to make a call. But nothing happens.
봐요. 이 모양이라니까.
Just take a look at it yourself. It's not working. So, there's no way to get in contact with the outside world.
그러게 왜 하필 이럴 때 여기 오셔서?
I like this guy. Tisk tisk. Why would you even come here at a time like this?
출장 오신 거요?
Are you on a business trip or something? Well, yes. I've got some things I need to take care of nearby. I can't do anything if there's no way to call this in. What are my options here?
뭐 어쩌겠습니까? 이 살다 보면 운 나쁜 날도 있고 그런 거 아니겠어?
I like this guy. Well, I'm afraid there isn't much I can do. Having bad luck every now and then is the price we pay for living. He speaks the truth.
걱정은 마셔.
But don't worry.
이 일대가 이런 걸로 유명하니까 면사무소에서 사유서 같은 거 떼주거든.
This is quite a common occurrence in this area. That's troubling. You will receive an official confirmation letter proving you actually got stuck here.
일자리에서 잘리거나 하진 않으실 거야.
You won't get fired from your job. That's a bold statement. If what he's saying is true, this strange fog seems to be some sort of natural disaster around these parts. Is that actually a thing? This is the first time I've ever heard of fog like this in this country. I cast a puzzled look at the motel owner, but he doesn't seem to be paying much attention as he writes down something in the lodging sheet.
그래도 하루 이틀이면 안개가 거칠 거요.
This fog will clear up in a day or two.
안개가 거칠 때까지만 푹 쉬다 가십시오.
Please stay here and rest until that happens.
마을 내부는 안개가 그리 심하지 않아서 지내는데 크게 불편할 것도 없을 거고.
There isn't that much fog within the village itself, so you shouldn't feel too uncomfortable.
안개가 하도 끼어대니까 마을 내부에 슈퍼도 있고.
We have a supermarket in our village.
뭐 있을 건 다 있어요.
You should be able to find everything you need there. I guess there's nothing I can do about it. Well then, sign me up for a room for one, please.
그럼 여기에 이름이랑 적으시오.
Please write down your name right here. I signed my name on the lodging sheet. There you go. Oh, but if there's no signal at all, my card won't work, am I right?
현금 없어요?
You don't have any cash on you? I'm afraid not. Just some change.
에잉, 후불로 달아둘 테니 안개 거치면 내쇼.
I like this guy. We'll postpone it for now, and you can pay me once the fog is cleared.
박준성 씨라.
Junsung Park's the name then.
됐습니다.
All right.
여기 키 받으십시오.
Here's your key.
방은 301호로 가시면 되고.
You'll be staying in room 301. Thank you very much.
뭘 서로 돕고 사는 거지.
No problem. Helping each other out is what we're put on this earth for. I bow my head to the smiling motel owner and head off to my room. Throwing my backpack over my shoulder, I open up the door that leads to my room. It's a lovely painting you have. My accommodation is relatively neat. Which isn't that surprising. The motel is very Spartanic, even by countryside standards. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, even though I know exactly what he means. Well, this place isn't too bad. At least the floor is clean. I take off my coat and enter the room. Whoa, what's going on all of a sudden? Uh-oh, I suddenly find myself lying on the motel floor. Okay. My body feels heavy yet relaxed. All kinds of thoughts are washing over me. I calm myself down to keep my mind stable and my head clear, and the dizziness fades. What a bad time for this to happen. Events of the past unfold in my mind. I had gotten the scoop of all scoops. A dead body. Evidence openly scattered all around it. The perfect scoop in any reporter's eyes. I covered the case faster than anyone else and drew final conclusions on the case that were widely publicized. And fell flat on my face doing so. What I reported turned out to be more of a novel than actual fact. I was criticized by everyone for spreading misinformation, and my boss, who had vouched for me, had to take responsibility for all of it. I see. That's when things became awkward between us. The incident turned a relationship of admiration and mutual respect sour. I was reprimanded and my pay was cut. And for a while I was in a daze and couldn't quite believe what happened myself. While everything that I had ever worked for crumbled around me, I met the reporter, Hosok Cho. You're really gonna let your life be ruined by that one thing. Come on, I bet that's not how you envisioned your dream playing out. Am I right? Or am I right? His bright and positive attitude made me come back to my senses quickly. He's right. I can fix my mistake by trying again and proving everyone wrong. That was the promise I made to myself before jumping into this case. A mass disappearance case. Okay, I'm sold. I don't even care. I'm interested. Let's go. My research has made me realize there were some common connections and overlapping similarities in these nationwide disappearances. Chasing leads on this case is what ultimately led me here. However, due to the recent development of special tourism zones, this whole area is very different from what's shown on the GPS map. I got lost and the GPS had trouble keeping up. The fact that there is zero information about this village may be related to that as well. Anyway, this village is part of the area too. As a result, it is automatically part of my investigational research. It's a big word. He said that this fog will clear up in a day or two, but I shouldn't let that time go to waste. Twiddling my thumbs and doing nothing would be foolish. My time would be better spent researching and looking for leads and clues in the village. All right. I get up. My body feels tense again instead of limp and weak, and I'm back in control. Time to unpack my luggage. I take out the journal I use for notes and put it in my coat pocket. Then I make sure my phone's camera works before plugging the charger into an outlet. Time to take all the files out of the backpack and arrange them in order. Sounds fun. And... It's a fairy tale book Hosok Cho gave me as a gift. The gift's purpose is to remind me of my initial commitment. After a short moment, I set the book aside. I open the bottle of water that's been placed in my room, take a sip from it, and look around. Not too shabby, really. Neat, tidy, and quiet. This room is good enough to serve as a temporary office for interviews and other things, at least for a day or two. I'll just have to accept that things around here won't go quite as smoothly as they would on the outside. Damn it! I wish I could have made that call at least. The sudden ringing of my cell phone takes me by surprise. I thought there was no signal around here. I cast a confused look at my phone. Uh-oh, the text says 8 days until the selection. The sender is unknown. That's an ominous phone number. I fiddle around with my phone and hold it towards the ceiling, but no matter what I do, I can't get a signal. Is this a prank message that my phone picked up by accident? What's the meaning of this? It could just be a prank, but given the circumstances, it still makes me feel uneasy. I can't stop staring at it. I drop my phone. Feeling nervous and anxious, I carefully pick it up from the ground. School? Pekyo. Another mysterious text message by an unknown sender. I keep fiddling around with my phone for a while. But all of this is far too cryptic for me to make sense of it. In the end, I put my phone away and bury my head in the semi-soft pillow. This has got to be some sort of mistake. Time to get some sleep. I shouldn't needlessly worry about things like this. Okay, game progress saved, which means we'll end this first episode here. So we've got the first day down. 7 days until the selection. I don't know about you guys, but I'm already interested. I love this. It sounds very interesting. So we've reached some sort of Silent Hill village in the mountains, full of fog and strange people, and there's 7 days until someone is selected for something. Come back next week. Let's find out more about what's going on. I'm already enjoying this, which is a good sign. I'll see you guys then. See ya.